Hey, 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 y'all. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's that time. It's that season. Listen, come on in. It's your spiritual midwife, Dr. Remy. We are here on today. Let's give birth to it. It's a brand new season that has come your way, even though it doesn't feel like it. I want you to come on in. Come on in. If this is your first time joining us, then welcome. What do we do? One of the things that we focus on is that we understand that the 10 o'clock month is one of the most powerful hours prophetically to be able to speak over your life, to begin to maximize the change that you want to be able to see. See, if the enemy could trick you into going along with whatever you're thinking, hey, praise the Lord. God bless you, Jules. I love you. Um, he answers prayers, doesn't he, woman of God? And so we need to understand that he tries to convince us that it's not working or that the Lord has changed his mind concerning us. Happy Tuesday, Mika Love. But I decree and declare, hey, Elder Tia, that in this season that we understand clearly that the enemy tries to come to kill, steal, and destroy. But Christ came, that part. He came that we might have life and that more abundantly. Hey, Keisha, I love you. And so that if we understand that his target and his assignment is to try to come and steal, kill, and destroy, right? We understand that there's a fight ahead of us, but we already win. And with Christ, Elder Terry, the awesome part of it is that he says, I want you. I want you to overcome. I want you to have the best of everything. And so we've got to tell our feelings how to feel. We've got to come on here. We've got to agree with God about concerning the things concerning us that he has not changed his mind. Well, I'm just excited about this piece. I'm going to get right on into it, but I need your help. 10 at 10. Hey, Shay, I love you. Listen, I need your help. I need you to share this. I need you to be very specific. Wake them up. Tell them to get on. It's that time. And I know this is all going to be a part of that class. So I'm going to give y'all a peek into it because tonight starts that 9-week piece. Hey, God bless you, Minister Kaylin. I pray you register for that class, child. Listen here, you might as well come on in. I'm calling all the midwives in, the Mordecais in. And so I'm going to give you some previews because the Lord was giving me some things that were absolutely hot off the presses. Absolutely hot off the presses. So I want you to get something that you can jot it down, talk back to me. God bless you, not by accident whatsoever. Ambassador Cassandra Houston, thank you for joining me on today. Amen. Listen, it is that part where we're making the transition in the month of Elul. And I'll be doing a separate class just teaching on how to understand the Hebrew part of seasons. Pastor Tisa, God bless you, woman of God. Listen, she got a new book out, all kind of stuff. I'm a proud. When I tell you proud, listen, I'm so proud of that daughter right there. Amen. Come on, Keisha. She said, I got my pen and my paper ready to go. I promise to tell you the truth. Well, listen, I want to talk to you about multiple things on today. One of them is to understand that if this is the birth month, the pain, PANGS, the emotional pain, not even the physical, and it can be both physical and emotional. But one of the things that we have an indicator is those contractions. Those contractions that are had are the identification something about to happen, something about to give birth to it. So even in our pain, baby, it is a telltale sign that, listen, I'm at the door. The door is opening. The birth womb is opening. It is the pain that's an indication that change is coming. I need to talk to somebody who was like, listen, If this was easy, everybody would be doing it. But you've been processed for such a time as this. And I'm already getting ahead of myself because I want to talk about the gestation period. I want to talk about all about the process. Do you hear me? But let's talk about that birth canal. I started talking about that on Sunday. So if you want to go back and check it out, you can. It reflects the profound spiritual transition. The birth canal reflects the profound spiritual transition. It represents the time of immense, intense pressure. Oh my God. In the birth canal is such vulnerability. It feels like, listen, I'm going through something that I cannot change. I'm not in control here. I want to talk to some people. Hey, Hannah, I love you. That feel like I'm not in control. I'm used to being in control. I'm used to being the one to make it happen. But I decree and declare, Lord, help me because I am in transition in this birthing month. I'm in the birth canal. Come on here. It's vulnerable. It's often dangerous, but it's also the promise of new life. Somebody, anybody on here says, I'm ready for my new life. My new life and my purpose is ahead of me. My God, new life is coming to me. Spiritually, this is the stage that parallels the season in life when we are being birthed out into new phases of purpose, often marked by challenges. I want to talk to some people. These challenges are on purpose. You're just going through the birth canal. I know it seems tight. I know it seems dark, but you're being pushed forward. It's uncertainty. My God, I'm not in control of this, but I just decree and declare. Somebody just say, God got me. God has got me. And it's a sense of feeling stuck. Oftentimes, when you're in the birth canal, you feel like you're not moving. You feel like this pain will never end. You feel like, my God, this birth canal is the place, my God, necessary for progression, leading to the breakthrough of your destiny. This is that time you're smack dead in the middle of your birth month. It is the time that you are feeling. If I'm talking to anybody, listen, let me know that I'm talking to you. The Lord gave me this message hot off the presses, and I decree and declare. I was like, am I supposed to teach this tonight? He said, no, tell them to get on now. When we begin to think about 40 weeks, 40 weeks in the natural, 40, my God, it could be 40 years in the spirit, but through the whole process, He's developing you for greater. Just don't faint. Oh, come on, somebody talk back to me on today and be intentional about it. He isn't finished processing you yet. This gestation season, my God, this. Let me give you the definition so you get it. The process or period of developing inside the womb between conception and birth. We're going through a process. That's why it's important for you to understand the Hebrew times and season. That's why you need a midwife. That's why you need to be registered for this class. Listen here, the development of something over a period of time. It takes time. You're being processed. Come on here. Various ideas are in the process of the gestation period. It's in that in between. It's in between of a thought, my God, an idea, and then the reality of it. You better listen here, Lady Naomi. I got your messages. I understand this word is for you. We are in that gestational period. Come on here. Listen to all of my daughters, to all the mentees, to the midwives. You need to hear what I'm saying. This gestational age is measured in weeks from the first day of your last menstrual period. This means that the last period counts as part of your pregnancy. My God, I'm going to make this up and you're going to understand it. You're going to get it. Even though you weren't actually pregnant, your period is a signal that your body is preparing you for pregnancy. As we still, it confines the minds of doctors and physicians. They don't get it. But the Lord said to me on today that, listen, you talk about all this spiritual pregnancy. I need you to hear me. Let's not forget, Nasia, the gestational period, the time that it takes, my God, for you to bring forward, the time that it takes for you to bring forward in that birth canal. It is one of the most constricting and dangerous place of passage where the baby is pushed out of the safety of the womb into the external world. Listen, spiritually, this represents a time when you feel stretched, when you feel confined by life pressures. If I'm talking to somebody, say you talking to me. You're moving from the comfort of familiar, which is the womb, into a new unfamiliar season. That is one of the most unnerving things when you're being moved from this point to the next point of it, and you're not sure because it seems like a dark season. It's in the fourth watch of your life. Listen here, you are in a place of vulnerability where the next step is crucial, but it's uncertain. I want everybody to say, listen, I know God is moving me, but I don't see all of the steps. I don't have all of the information. External forces, God's timing. The circumstances are in God's perfect timing, are pushing you forward when God is pushing you forward. My God, it's like you can't even help yourself. You got to go. I just got to do it. It doesn't make any sense. But listen, I'm not in control of this. This is a God thing. Somebody just say, this is a God thing. But when you feel powerless to move on your own, I'm trying to get through it. I'm trying to get to it. But the warfare, I've been talking about them contrary winds that life can hit you when you've made up in your mind to walk this water, to do what God bid me to come. Don't I gotta stick it and stay here because I got too much. Despite the danger or the discomfort, necessary process for the growth and transformation. Listen here, I decree and declare the spiritual parallel, Dr. Val. Listen here, when we begin to think about Israel, Exodus from Egypt, Exodus, listen here, that 13 to 14 Exodus of Israel and Egypt can be seen as a spiritual birth process. It is my transition point. It is the place that now you've taken me from this. It was hard. My God, it pushed us out, but we find ourselves in a wilderness. We find ourselves thirsty. We find ourselves hungry. Y'all don't want to talk back to me. It represents, when we begin to think about Egypt, represents the womb, and the Red Sea symbolizes the birth canal. Woo, Jesus. The Red Sea, when it is the Holy Spirit leading and guiding you, and you can't pull that off on your own. I want to talk to you right here, even at the Red Sea that he divides it. There's a tight place you must walk through, but your enemies can't come through the same passageway. My God, they died there, but you live. Yeah, if everybody could do it, they would. Y'all should tag somebody on this and get them on the line. Share this. In front of them, Pharaoh's army is behind them. Listen here, I decree and declare that they were caught in a tight place, a spiritual birth canal, where the danger was great and the path was unclear. This is where we are in this month of Elul. This is where we are in the middle. Can you believe it's already the middle of the birthing month? Can you believe that we're in the middle of things? Can you believe, my God, the time is going by so quickly, but yet you feel the pressure that you must make a move, my God, but yet it's still unclear. Listen, I need you to hear me. This is so significant when I begin to think about this timing. You're going to have to come and register for the class to get this thing. Listen, oh my God, they died and you lived. See that part, that part where other people have died, where God brought you through from this place. I was looking at this piece because it's the month of Tishri that comes after Elul. We're in the 6th month, and then the 7th month. Everything is in this timing. It's seed time and harvest. The Lord showed me this birth canal. Before you get to the head of the new year, you're going to have to press in, and you're going to have to walk this one all the way out. My God, somebody said, Lord, help me to press. Help me. I'm in the wine press. He's getting the best oil out of me, but I'm uncomfortable. I'm being stretched far beyond what my mind could ever imagine. I feel like I'm going to be broken, my God. But I know that he's getting the best out of me. I was looking at this piece that even it drew me into the place of preparation. Gestation is a time of preparation. It was amazing that I began when I'll be teaching Elder Rhonda. I'll be talking about Jochebed, Moses' mother. I was doing my study preparing for this amazing class. It's going to be on tonight. Then I got to the preparation part, and the Lord dropped it into my spirit about gestation, the 40 weeks, my God, of the processing of being able to have bring forth and give birth. And then the Lord took me to Moses. My God, the Lord prepared Moses over time, a period of 40 years in the wilderness. Look at Acts 7:29 and 30. In Exodus 2, we see God's chosen leader. Listen, he's not ready for his mantle. God, the mantle is on his life, the call is on his life, but he has to be developed. He operated in the flesh and not by the spirit, and he tried to take destiny into his own hands. I want to talk to some people that we can get out of line. We know that we've been called to it, we know we've been chosen for it, and then we get ahead of ourselves. We try to make it happen on our own. See, he tried to make it happen on his own, and he wanted to deliver his people. And Moses committed murder, and he killed an Egyptian, the slave master. Watch this. And the Lord then had to place him in the desert of the Midian for 40 long years. Listen, if God had not allowed Moses to be processed during this period, he would not been humble enough to follow God's instruction. Do you hear me? That you're being processed. God ain't changed his mind about you, but you got to be able to hear God. You got to be able to know when. You got to know when to, why to, where to. My God, I promise to tell you the truth. Listen here. It goes on to have that he had to become familiar with the desert. Why? Because that was his pathway, that he was in the training stages of his life. Every day, get up today. Get up and make a move today. Get up and push past your pain, my God, and move into your purpose. Get up, my God, and walk this thing out. God has not forgiven. He's like, well, how long? How long am I going to be in this place? Listen, as long as it takes. How long, God, will I have to wait? For as long as it takes. Come on here. But you still got the mantle. You still got the call on your life. Somebody say, I'm not going to miss this moment. I will not faint. I will not fear because God is holding me near. Oh, I need you to hear me. I will not faint and I will not fear because God is holding me near. This is that season. I am my beloved and my beloved is mine. I'm in. This is the time that the king is in the field. We're in the month of Elul. God bless you, Ambassador Vanessa. Listen here. 40 years is a long time. Yes, Shadaboko Shaya. But Moses went from carrying a revolutionary mantle while in the royal Egyptian position, he became nothing. He went from, my God, all of the elite, all of the extra, and then looked like he got stripped away of it all. Shut up. We got seasons in our lives, y'all. We got seasons. We got things that are in our lives. He was stripped down to nothing. I want to talk to some people. I feel God. I feel God in this room. I feel the power of the Holy Ghost, that the stripping away, that in one season, it looks like I'm riding high. I'm taken care of. I'm served in a certain way. But then there's another season that he'll pull all of that away, where now you got to lean on him like never before. My God, I decree and declare. Somebody say, but I will not die here. During that long wilderness period, Moses was more likely lived, listen, in a doubt about his true identity and calling. I want to talk to some people who are questioning whether God has called you to it, who are questioning whether God really picked me for it. Listen, that's a real place and a real feeling, but don't lean into that. He has called you. He has picked you. My God, more than likely, he felt like his life was at a standstill. I want to talk to some people who feel like I'm just stuck here in this place. I can't go back. I can't go forward, but I decree and declare that the dream of delivering like Moses, the dream of delivering his people would never come to pass. That's what he thought. He thought he wouldn't bring it to pass. He thought it wouldn't happen for him. But I want to cast down all vain imaginations, everything that tries to exalt itself upon, listen here, what God has already spoken to you. This is the time, Shay, to go back to every prophetic word. This is the time to go back to the journal and look at the dreams. This is the time. Don't look at what you're fighting with. Don't look at the stripping away process. I promise you, somebody say he's only processing me for my next. I need everybody who's on this line to take a moment, put it in the atmosphere. He's only processing me for my next. But this period of separation was necessary for Moses to teach him humility. God was dealing with me this. He said, listen, remain humble. Don't you get exalted in your own. Don't you think that it's you, baby. Don't you think that it's your checkbook. Don't you think that it's in that degree. Don't you think that it's in that relationship. Watch this. But keep it humble. Listen, God bless you, Ambassador Mary. I decree and declare God stripped him of his royal mantle. He stripped him of his royal mantle. Right? Yeah. And then thereby taught him to be self-abasement, which means I can abound and abase. Yeah, shut up. Paul talks about it. That I can learn how to have and not have. That in the middle of it, that I can rely on God despite of what it looks like. Somebody said, Lord, keep me humble. While Moses may have felt like his vision had died, God allowed this period so that he could work on the leader's character. Did you ever consider that you might be going through what you're going through because God is dealing with your character, that God is dealing with your attitude, that God is dealing with your mentality? Somebody said, God, deal with it all. I don't never want to think more highly of myself. And I surely don't want to miss it to think that God has forgotten me. But all of this takes time. We are in the push of transitioning to the head of the new year. If there is a new birth, a new year coming your way, my God. And so we need to be able to hold on to his promise. Lord, keep me humble. Watch my mouth. Hey, Keisha, listen, make sure that I'm not just tripping. I was saying that the other day. Lord, help me not to trip in my next season. Help me not to trip now and drop, my God, the baby that I'm carrying. Oh, that's a whole nother thing. But I decree and declare in these 40 weeks or whether it's 40 years, don't faint. Somebody said, I refuse to faint. I refuse to fall out here. Oh, I need you to hear me. The birth canal is a place of transition and pressure. Oh, my God. It's tight, but it's right. My God, it's constricting. It can feel dangerous. It can put you in a place of being discomfort, but it's a necessary process for the growth and transformation. Somebody said it's all working out for my good. Oh, I'm almost out of time. I got to press on. Listen, spiritual parallel when I began to think about all of that Moses had to go through from the time of his birth, my God, all the way into when his assignment really kicks in. We thought it was going to be quick, Jada, but he's promised, he's processing you. And when it's a great work, it takes more work. It takes greater time. Think about it. Oh, I decree and declare that the spirit of barrenness no longer serves purpose in your life. My God, in Hannah, he shut her womb. He would not let her produce. Why? Because there had to be a development in her mind, in her attitude, in her character. Listen, she had done nothing wrong, but he needed to be able to trust her with what she was about to give birth to. Am I talking to anybody? This thing is so necessary to hear. Let me give you the Romans 5, 3, and 4. You there with me? Come on here. Speak of how the pressure, the tribulation builds character. Not only so we can also glory in our sufferings. Watch this. Because we know that suffering produces perseverance. Perseverance produces what? Character. My God, and character produces what? It produces hope. Y'all need to hear me. all of this is working for your good. All of this is making you to who you are. We cannot skip the process. You hear me? Oh my God. The tightness and the suffering of the birth canal can produce in us perseverance, character, and hope as we are born into our purpose. The danger of the birth canal between life and death. The birth canal is a liminal place representing a thin line between life and death. It's the place that you got to make up in your mind, I'm going to fight for it. It's the place where you got to speak to yourself that I shall live and not die. It's the place that I refuse, that no matter what the contrary winds, no matter what the diagnosis was, no matter what was said, I decree and declare I shall live. I shall bring forth. Come on here. Spiritually, this reflects the moments when we are at the brink of a breakthrough. You feeling all of this because you're so close. Who am I talking to? You're right there. That's why you need a midwife in your life. I promise you. Listen, I decree and declare that it's a significant danger that is all around. It's risk. It's a taking risk. It's risky business of staying too long in the birth canal can lead to stagnation. Staying in this place, my God, can bring about a spiritual death. Missing our moment to birth into our purpose. He didn't cause you to birth when, he caused you to produce. Somebody said, I decree and declare, I will bring forth. And it is so. I will not faint, but I will push forward, and I will have the evidence of the fruit that's in my womb. Isaiah 66:9. Y'all know we right there. Isaiah 66:9 offers reassurance that God does not leave us in a place of danger without bringing forth life. It's all working for my good. The good, the bad, the ugly. It's working for my good. My God. Oh my God. Other people died, but you still here. Do I bring to the moment of birth and not give delivery? Saith the Lord. He said, did I have you come to this place for you not to bring forth? There needs to be an expectation on you. Come on here. This verse is a promise that God, who begins the process of spiritual birth, will also bring it to completion. Somebody said, it's all working for my good. I'm giving birth to this. I'm in the middle of the birthing month. And yeah, I'm uncomfortable. Yeah, there's a fight. Yeah, there's stuff that's going on all around me. But I decree and declare I'm being processed through it all. Listen, through the birth canal, though it is dangerous, God is faithful to bring us in safely. Safe and sound, I will deliver. Safe and sound, I will produce. Listen here, this piece is so important for you to understand, to recognize the necessary steps. It symbolizes leaving the past behind. My God, see, when you're in the womb, you're comfortable. Somebody feeding you. My God, you just kind of roll over. That's the season of being developed. But when it's your time, that time there's a push. That time causes for you to be in a tight, my God, narrow place, a real focused outcome. Listen here, you're not in control of this. The Lord has a set time. We are in the Moedim. There's a set time. In the complexity of your life, there's a set time. Somebody said, I'm in my set time. I decree and declare that this thing that I got to leave the past behind. Oh my God, this thing is so major. I know you feeling like even when this constricting, dangerous passage, the baby is pushed out of safety into the womb, into the external world. Spiritually, this represents a time when you feel stretched. Who am I talking to? Good Lord, I reckon. And it's confined by life's pressure. Anybody feeling the pressure of life? Somebody, come on, I'm talking to you. You're moving from the comfort of the familiar, the womb, into the new, unfamiliar season. This is what this is all about, Lady Naomi. This is very specific time. You are in a place of vulnerability, where the next step is crucial, but it's uncertain. My God, even though I can't see it, my God, I know He's with me. External forces this external stuff. God's timing and his circumstances are setting you up for the win. But the pressure makes you feel like, God, am I losing my mind? Am I losing it? But no, baby, you're right on time. Are you pushing? It's being used to push you forward, not to push you back. But you feel powerless to the move on your own. Trust God. Somebody said, I trust God. I trust God. Despite of the danger and the discomfort, it's necessary process for the growth of transformation. I'm in my transformation season. I won't look the same, sound the same. There's a new me. He's pushing me to the head of the new year. I need you to find this thing with me, walk this thing all the way out with me. Come on here. I decree and declare. Do I bring to the moment of the birth and not deliver? You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, he brought you here. He didn't bring you here to leave you. This is a part of it. It's to recognize the necessary leaving your past behind. I'm letting it go so that I could grow. Come on here, evangelist Dorothy from Tulsa. I decree and declare this is the place of protection. But listen here, leaving what's in my past. The womb was a place of protection, but staying there means stagnation. You've got to understand it's time to move forward. God bless you, Ambassador Sharon. It's time. Y'all should tag somebody. You should tag everybody that you know. It's birthing time. Tag them and tell them, listen, it's birthing time. It's time for you to push forward. It's time. Listen here. The spiritual birth canal forces you to leave the comfort of your past and embrace the unknown part of your future. A transition of purpose. Just as the baby moves from the womb into the fulfill its purpose, so too we must go through the spiritual transition to step into our new assignment that God has for us. We are all embarking a new assignment. My God, trusting in his timing. Somebody said, I trust God. Come on here, Brittany. The baby doesn't control the timing of the birth. The baby doesn't control that, nor do we control the timing of our spiritual transition. Somebody say, it's my time. It's my turn. It's my season. Listen, it takes me back to Ecclesiastes 3:1. My God, there's a time for everything, a season for every activity, even under the heavens. Even when we feel stuck, God's timing is perfect. Somebody say, I'm right on time. I decree and declare his timing is perfect. My God, I know you feel delayed. I know you feel stuck, but I decree and declare. Somebody said, I hear water breaking. I feel my move. The announcement of my next is right now. God's timing is perfect, and we must trust him. We must bring that God himself would bring us through this birth canal in his timing. We're smack dead in the middle. We're making a transition. It's the time of travail, of transition. Listen here, spiritual labor pains. It's not by accident. We start our class now of that birthing month. He's taking you somewhere. Somebody said, let me go deeper. Listen here. John 16:21. Jesus describes the labor pains of a woman endures before giving birth as a metaphor. Come on here, Tara J. Of the pain and the joy of the spiritual transition. While you're in it, you feel like I'll never do this again. While you're in it, listen, this is too painful. But when you get out of it, my God, when you hold what it is that you've been carrying, when you see that this is what it took. Listen here. A woman giving birth to a child has pain because her time has come. That part, the pain that you feel right now, somebody said, my time has come. It's my now time. Look back at the devil and say, listen here. This indication of where I'm at. Don't get it twisted. I talk about it. Revelations, the 12th chapter. Listen, she bears down. She's travailing in pain. It don't keep the 7-headed dragon from trying to come and get what she's about to bring forth. Listen, he's after what you carry. He ain't after you. He's after what you carry. Come on here. If he could have killed you, he'd have been killed you by now. Listen, but it's what you carry. Somebody said, listen, I I decree and declare that what I carry, I will produce and I will give it back to God. The birth canal symbols travail, a necessary suffering that leads to something greater. I'm going through this, but it won't be forever. I'm going through this, but I will produce. Y'all don't want to talk back to me. It outweighs all of the pain of the process. What I will bring forth will make sense after this. We were talking about it on Sunday. It's gonna be nice. Listen, Yolanda Adams' song, It's Gonna Be Nice. I don't even know if that's the title of it, but that's what she's talking about. It's gonna be nice. Listen, it might seem crazy right now. Yeah, shut up, Okoshaya, but it's gonna be nice. I want you to prophesy over yourself, over your family, over your business. Oh, it's gonna be nice. Come on, put that out there. It's going in capital letters. It's going to be nice. It might look nasty right now. It might look crazy, but I decree and declare, I stand in agreement. It's going to look nice. Listen, the joy of the new birth outweighs the pain of the process, though you may feel overwhelmed by the danger of the birth canal. The fulfillment of your purpose brings lasting joy. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss tonight's class. You don't want to miss the next 9 weeks. You don't want to miss this moment. I beseech you, brethren. I beseech you, my God. Oh, my God. Ambassador Tanya, I decree and declare. Pastor Tanya, we've got to go ahead and break through from the birth canal. Listen, entering new life, the ultimate goal of the birth canal. Come on here. God bless you, Ambassador Joseph. The ultimate goal of the birth canal is breakthrough into the new season of life. Isaiah 43:19. God declares. I'm there. Isaiah 43:19. Y'all hold on. God declares, see, I am doing a new thing. Don't you feel it? Don't you understand? Don't you get it? Now it springs up. Yes, shut up, Okoshaya. Do you not perceive it? You've been waiting all your life for this, but it's your now time. Somebody just say, listen, I perceive it. I feel it. I know it. It's my now time. Come on here. Ambassador Patrice, listen, the wilderness, the streams, the wastelands is still all working for my good. The new thing God is birthing requires leaving the safety of an old season and going through the dangers of the birth canal. God is making a way forward even when it feels difficult and tight. Somebody say it's tight, but it's right. I decree and declare I will bring forth. It's tight, but it's right. And I will bring forth. I know I'm talking to you. You didn't just get on here by accident. You needed to be reminded because you're like, will this season ever change for me? Will I ever get out? Will the sun ever shine again? And the answer is yes. Just don't get stuck. Don't get stagnated. Let him do what he's going to do. Come on here. Somebody say, I surrender. I surrender to your will. I surrender to your way. Come on here. I decree and declare this is my transformative season. Everything about me is changing. I'm going to bring it. Listen, it's coming to pass. It's happening for me. When? Right now. A new season of fruitfulness, a new season of fulfillment out of all of his many promises. Am I talking to anybody? I decree and declare that in the conclusion of this message, this is just an indication of what class going to be like tonight. This is just an indication of what the next 9 weeks, my God, is set up on purpose with purpose. The birth canal is a necessary through dangerous and spiritual transitions with pressure and vulnerability to lead to new life and purpose. He's pushing me. He's pushing you. Yeah, I know you feel it. I know you're uncomfortable. I know, listen here. I want you just to get this message and let me dab your forehead that as the sweat of your brow, as the push, as the tightness, as the difficulty, it symbolizes a refining process. Do you hear me? Mika, love, this is a refining process. He's refining. That means you go in the fire, baby, when you're being refined. It's hot. Yeah, shut up, Okoshaya. But you coming out of this thing as pure gold. God is faithful to bring us through to the other side. Somebody just say he's faithful. He's faithful in fulfilling his destiny. He's faithful. I trust God. I trust God's timing. I trust God that it's working out for my good. Remaining steadfast in faith and embracing the discomfort of transition is essential for breakthrough. Oh, this reason for this season, my God, is through the tight and the difficulty. The sign of new life is coming. Somebody said there's a sign of new life coming to me. I need you to open up your mouth and confess this right here. This tightness, this thing right here is a sign of new life, that it's coming to me. You are being birthed into greater purpose and calling. Somebody said, I feel a greater calling on my life. I feel a greater purpose on my life. And God will not abandon you in the process. Hold on. And your birth is near. Your birth time is near. That's why you got a midwife. That's why you feel, that's why it's leaping in your spirit. My God, I decree and declare that as we go forward, that Philippians, and I'm done, Philippians 1:6, listen here, being confident of this, that he who began a good work in you will carry it on into completion. He ain't gonna start and quit, so don't you, my God, follow it all the way through, my God, until the day of Jesus Christ. Somebody say, I decree and declare I'm sticking with it. I'm going through it and I'm going to win it. I decree and declare that the work of God has started in me, that he brought me into my completion, that every dream, that every vision and every purpose will come to fruition. For God is faithful to finish what he began. Somebody say, listen here, every dream and every vision, listen, it's not just a word, but it is my reality. I'm stepping into my new season. I'm stepping in it so that I can win it. Oh, I'm talking to somebody on here. I pray that this thing pushes you. I pray that it pushes you forward. Romans 8:28, and we know that all things work. You know that already. Remind yourself, God works for the good of those who love him. Somebody just say, I love God, who have been called according to his purpose. This I decree and declare that every trial, that every moment is a part of my preparation. It's working for my good. Somebody say, it's working for my good. God is aligning all things, not some of the things, but all things for my purpose of what he has designed for me will come to pass. Miracles, signs, and wonders are following those that believe. Somebody just say, I believe God. Isaiah 43:19, I got to go. See, I'm doing a new thing. Now, somebody say, now it springs forth. Now, because you heard this word, your water is breaking. Movement is starting. You done came back to your right mind. I'm making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. Where you thought it was impossible, God said, listen, I promise you, I work with the impossible. I can and I will do all things. According to the riches of his glory. I decree and declare that the new thing is springing up in my life. Somebody said there's a new spring. Something just sprung up in my life. I will give you birth in the new vision. A birth in the purpose of God is bringing to pass. I trust God to make a way even in the wilderness season. Habakkuk 2:3, and I'm going to end right here. Habakkuk 2:3, for the vision awaits an appointed time. We're in that appointed time. I know you thought it was going to get easier. No, the greatest push, my God, that feel like it's going to take you up out of here, but you right there, you so close, baby, of bringing forth. It speaks to the end and will not prove false. The truth of God, the word of God is coming to pass. Though it linger. See, Habakkuk 2:3 talks about when your vision lingers. When you know what he said, but it didn't come like you thought it would. For it waits, and certainly it will come to pass. Listen, and will not delay. Everything is coming to the perfected time of the Lord. I decree and declare that the vision and the purpose that God has given me, that God is giving you, will come to pass. It's an appointed time. I'm going to teach that about the seasons, understanding God's appointment. Somebody said, I won't miss this moment. I won't let these pangs cause me to miss my moment. I've got to step out on faith and listen. And it always seems like it's not a good time. It always seems like there's something in your way, but press through it. I will not be discouraged by delays, for what God has promised is sure and will be fulfilled. I got to go for real, but I just want to say this one more. Can I give you one more? Galatians 6:9, dealing with you and birthing time. Let us not become weary in well doing, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. See, this is, I love it because Chief Apostle talked about this to me. He said, all the time when you get close to harvest, that's when the spirit of tiredness wants to hit you. Why? Because it's your time to go get it. So when it comes your time to go get it, he's trying to zap your energy away. But I decree and declare that you won't miss this harvest time. It's an appointed season. Do you hear me? I decree and declare that I will not grow weary or give up in the process, listen, of giving birth to what God has placed in me. In due season, I will reap the harvest and see the fruit of my labor. It's my due season. It's your due season. Put that out there. I need you to hear this awakening. I know where you are. I know the shaking and all that, but he allowed us to connect so that you could hear. I'm telling you, I want everybody that's on here right now, understand and hear this. I'm going to be giving all I got next 9 Tuesdays. Go register. You either are a midwife, need a midwife, or are a midwife that need a midwife. Listen, don't miss this moment. God is doing what he's never done before. This is indeed the year of the woman. He's going to use you in such a powerful way. I need you to understand the language spiritually, gestation, and the development time. Yeah, it's that time. I want you right now to receive this next assignment. I want you to get a seed in your hand. I want you to get the seed in your hand. I know, listen, I know I'm not talking to everybody, but I am talking to you. I want you to give this faith seed. I need you to hear me. It's so worth it. It's so small in comparison to what you carry. To those who are so frustrated like Hannah, that's just like, listen, I can't eat, I can't sleep, I can't settle for where I'm at. I'm going to take it to the altar. I need to bring forth like Hannah. The Lord on purpose, it wasn't the devil. The Lord on purpose caused her to have this barren season of unable to produce because he wanted what she carried so that she would give it back. All of the promises, like, Lord, if you do this for me, my God, if you would just bring me up out of this right now, I decree and declare, I'll give it back to you. I'll give the children to you. I'll give that relationship to you. I'll give the ministry back to you. I've been trying to do it on my own, but it ain't working. I agree with you. I want to partner with you. Where y'all at? I want everybody who you know this word was so for you because it was hot off the presses. I have never taught that in any of the midwives classes, but it's so much more. I want everybody right now to give a seed of 49. What? Yeah, I need you to hear me. That 4 is the indication of new season. And that 9 is the reason of your birth. It's your new season to birth like never before. When I tell you the Lord had to create and put around me again, I thought so many things were birthed out of me. But in this season, he's given me a birthing team, my God, on the basis of having the complexity, the specialty of what it is that I need in this season. Listen, I promise you, it's even your time to be able to bring forth. I want you to obey God. I want you just to listen. Father, I place this seed in your hand with the assurance of knowing that I'm not going through all of these pressure points. I'm not going through all of this pain for no reason, but I decree and declare that it's working for my good. I'm on this line. I don't care what time you watch it. I don't care what day you watch it. It causes your baby to leap respond, put the seed in the ground. Do you hear me? We're in the birth canal. I was talking to my spiritual mother, amen, Apostle Kim A. Davis, right? I was talking to her, and we got to talking about the spiritual birthing canal. He used her to put the plant that seed. She said, I'm talking to the midwife, so I understand that you understand this language. And then Lord just took me straight on in. But we need people. We're connected to people. This word is on purpose. Is to let you know you're not going to die here, even though it feels like it. Somebody said, I shall not die here. Not only will I live, but I will produce and live my best life. There's something so much greater on the other side of this. If you're seeding now, say, listen here, listen, I decree and declare this is my faith seed. This is my faith seed of 49. This is my faith seed of 49. I want you to obey God. Just say, listen, I'm going to obey God and I'm going to put this seed in the ground. I have to. I feel compelled to. That this is a small thing in comparison to what is next. The Lord said that I give seed to the sower. I give seed to the sower. It's an intentional seed that's going in the ground, that 4 and that 9. Listen, and then I want everybody else listening, either get as close to it, but make sure that you put either a 4 and a 9 on that thing. I need you to obey God. Get as close to it and put the 49 at the end if you need to, but just listen, don't miss this moment to put seed in the ground. You're smack dead in the middle. That's why this press has been so tumultuous, so intense. Am I talking to any people that feeling the intensity of this birth canal, that you're right here in the middle? What do I do when I'm in the middle? I'm too far in to turn around, and I feel like I'm too far to get to the end. I decree and declare this word is to push you and compel you to move forward. Don't faint now. You're going to win in the end. It's your winning season. Do you hear me? Obey God. Sacrifice something else, but don't listen. Give this sacrificial seed with a prayer of saying, Lord, I submit. I submit it all to you, because it's just too much for me to try to pull this one off on my own. I feel like I've been here for so long. When I think back over my life, my God, and I look back, he's just been preparing me all along. I just want to tell you that God's been preparing you all along. Now listen, tonight is the class. It starts at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, right? Wherever you are, I believe God. I believe God that this is the call that you need to answer. You might have taken the class already. Well, then did you renew? Did you, are you staying connected? So go ahead, register, listen, for your membership. Your membership. If you're an old midwife, listen, this is that time of registration. God's not through with me. I carry multiple births. Come on here, get in it. It's 9 weeks intense. You could get in all the classes again that you've taken. New classes are yet to come. If you've never gone through the course, but you know you need a midwife, and you know that you've been called to pay it forward to help somebody else, because you got some testimonies for sure, you need to take this class. It begins tonight. More information, that's the information up there. Now watch this to tell you that I know what I'm talking about, that God is speaking. There's a clarion apostolic call that is happening. 1 million midwives, 1 million Esthers are gathering. There's a new birth that's happening. Esthers and Mordecais are gathering at the mall in Washington, D.C. Listen, don't play with me. I've been teaching about Mordecais for years now. And the Lord said there's a new birth that's taking place with his women, and they're gathering on October the 12th. On October the 12th, the 10th month, the 12th day, divine order. And guess what, y'all? It's the feast. My God, it's the feast that's taking place. Yeah, Yom Kippur. It is the time of repentance. He's calling us together. And if you don't think that's enough, how about I just heard there's another apostolic clarion call that's taking place on the continent of Africa on the same day. A million Esthers will be gathering. Mordecai's will be covering. And so on the continent of the United States of America and Africa, that millions are gathering on this set time. We taking a bus trip. Listen, 55 people is dropping the bucket. I need you to register ASAP. ASAP. We're getting a bus. I'm calling the new, the old midwives, Mordecai's. Listen, if you know, like, listen, this thing, I got to be there. I just need to set this time aside and be there. Then this is, I'm talking to you. The trip is $75. You can go and register. You can go and get it and watch it, look at it online. But this thing is so powerful. When I heard about it from the prophet speaking, it leaped in my spirit. You'll be able to check it out on my website. They're going to have the video, the opportunity for you to register. Go with me. Come on here. I believe that there's going to be a prayer, a shifting for the nations. We're going to pray for our children together. We're better together than we are apart. But this is an appointed time. So I got midwives coming from all over the country that are going to meet me there in Washington. But if you are in New Jersey, if you are on the cusp, if you're in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, if you're right there, Delaware, come on, join me. Let's get on the bus together. Let's ride unified together. Do you hear me? Let's team up and be one of the number of the million that will gather. Well, this is a great appointment and a great time and a great season. I need your help. I need you to share this message with everybody you know. No, I compel you to take this and listen. Don't just share it, but repost it with a message. Yeah, it's your time. It's your turn. It's indeed your season. And this pain is going to make so much sense in just a little while. I'll be teaching and starting this. It's going to be a new regime of women that are coming together. And so I'm just grateful. All right. Well, I pray that you were blessed. This is your spiritual midwife, Dr. Remy, saying, breathe, baby, breathe. Your midwife is on duty. Take the class. There's the information where you can register and go with me for this appointed time. Everything that I'm doing is on purpose. The Lord told me to connect to you in this time and in this season. Obey God. Obey God. Listen, do you hear what I'm saying? Don't shake it off. Don't ignore it. You can't afford not to. Obey God. All right. I look forward to seeing all of y'all to go ahead and register in this class. This is the first class in the School of the Spiritual Midwives, International School of Midwives. I promise to date you, the Remy School of Midwives and Mordecai's, you want to be a part of the number. It's global. And it's powerful because there's a new birthing going on. I love y'all. Peace out. Go on. Press through. In Jesus' name, amen.